Welcome back, listeners, joggers, walkers, whatever you like to do. We listen to podcasts. This is the Road Contenders, and we are back for episode something. Have we hit double digits yet? This is this 9 or
We are
10?
9.
No, we are 9.
We are
Yeah.
okay. We are at episode 9. It is me, Ryotin, with Drake and Jay Crane, and we got some Alpha Clash stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, a lot of big things happened last week.
A lot, all at once too.
Yeah.
It's like somebody listened to our last episode.
Yeah, that's what I would say. It's like it was pretty great to see some of the things that we talked about actually come into fruition.
I mean, at one point there, I thought that we was going, we're not gonna make it to next week. Like, y'all got shit to say. Uh but no, it's all good. That's why I said I do love Alpha Clash, and I actually love the creators a lot because they do something that I feel like a lot of companies need to do, which is actually listen to the people who are buying your product and playing your game.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we all see things like Wizards and especially Konami, who you tell them, hey, this is bad. They'll look you dead in your face and go, give me money. And we might fix
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and look at where Hasbro is right now. Matter of fact, with you saying that, it's
Yeah. So
not going good over there. Yeah, it's not going good over there.
Yeah, I seen something about that. But I didn't look into it. I mean, I know I don't want to go off topic, but what the hell happened?
So pretty much they laid off about 1,100 people, and right before the holidays, of course, and they're saying that it's for them, to streamline the business, but yet they have their CEOs and stuff like that are getting huge amounts of money in just bonuses.
Oh my!
And they laid off all these people that are the ones that work all the time, that make their product, that make them all those millions. And wow, they laid them off so that they could have a nice Christmas, but all those people, unfortunately now have to. It's horrible. It's honestly atrocious. I personally have not bought any Magic product in a while, and I don't plan to until we see some kind of change, because it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So people out there, go make your proxies. Make your own damn cards.
Yeah,
Don't spend their money.
Isn't proxies actually legal in Magic and some things?
Oh, like
In
you can't play it
Commander,
in
everything
tournaments
is
and
legal.
stuff, but yeah, in Commander, which is really the main format right now for Magic, everybody, as long as your group's okay with it, that's fine. But yeah, we even have somebody right now in our TikTok live, saying get proxies, and it's true. We people just go get proxies. Don't give Hasbro your money anymore. Teach them a lesson. It's gone too far. It's gone way too far.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And again, that's why I say I stand by Ridge and the team because they listen, and I don't feel like they would ever do something that drastic like that. I because that's I mean it's fucking horrible. I mean, there's nowhere to put it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
But all right, perfect. Let's go ahead and get into this because we got some time, but we also got some short time. But we're going to talk about we talked about on it briefly in the past couple of weeks, but now that we have Clash Grounds and it's kind of out, it's been almost a month now, which is weird when you think about it. That the end of the year is almost here, and we kind of have a little bit more concrete things. There's been some tournaments going on, but we kind of have an idea of what I feel like are cards that are just like just amazing and have really changed the game. I know I'm going to start off with one of mine's, and I know you guys can kind of roll your eyes at this, but Jesus Christ, it's the truth. I feel even yes, it's a mechanic, but goddamn it, it's a card too. The Portal has completely changed this game.
Yeah. It is. It's a game changer at the end of the day.
Literally.
Yeah, it literally changed how the game is played. Especially certain decks, because it's not all decks that use it a lot, but the decks that do use it, be careful. You got to be careful with those.
Yeah, you really do.
Do use it. Be careful that somebody doesn't troll you out of it.
Yeah,
and that's why I feel like that's why that's one of it's not in any order, but I would say that's probably one of my top cards. It's the portal because it's like I feel like literally, and I know we talked about before about sideboarding, but I feel like you need to respect the portal and you need to have a way to play around the portal. If you don't, you can really give your opponent an advantage. And if you have no way to turn it off or turn it, or close it or open it, they can just freely do whatever they want to, and it makes the game a lot harder. And I feel like it's one card that you literally need to respect and you need to either mainboard or sideboard cards that can manipulate the portal. I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't need it for that matchup, you can resource it.
yeah, yeah. It's true.
Well, the portal isn't a card per se. It's sort of a game state that's noted by a card.
That's why I said I'm cheating there because like technically it's a mechanic, but I said technically since they printed a card, I'm going to say it's a card, but technically I'm not sure if this is right or not. I haven't heard anything if there is any rule that you need to have a portal card, or can you just have like a token or a die to just symbolize open and close.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't have a portal card, you can just use a coin and just keep track of it, or just something that just lets you indicate it. But I don't think you need the actual card.
Yeah, unless you have a foil version, then run it.
Yeah, I don't have a foil version. Oh no, I don't have a foil version either of the tokens or of the portal.
I would say double check the portal because the portal is not foiled on both sides.
Oh, that's interesting that they went with that approach.
Yeah, and
Oh well, so only the open portal, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Foil. That's still kind of cool though.
like, it looks cool, but I was like, why did you not make both sides foil? But I'm like, I guess the double foil a card would be kind of scratch heavy, but
Yeah, it probably changes the weight of the card significantly.
the people be weighing packs and then get upset like, yeah, I got a heavy pack. No, that's just a double foil portal.
Yep.
So that's one of my cards. How do you guys want to do? You want to just go through the list or kind of like go around the table?
We can just go around the table, yeah, because I don't have a list. I just have cards that
Like I said, I don't have
I
a
think
list. I don't have a list. I just have cards. I'm like, oh, I know this is good. So yeah,
I will. So for mine, I will say it's a group of cards, but the new Clash buffs.
really.
Yeah, I highly enjoy it, especially like Restoration, Decimation, and what's the green one?
Infestation.
Infestation. I think those are nasty, and like for example, Decimation. When you hit somebody with that one, they think they're safe or whatever, and you hit them with that +3 and it has breakthrough. Oof. I've done some moves where that hurts.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think Decimation is the best out of the four, just because of that +3/+1 breakthrough.
Yeah, yeah, that breakthrough is nasty.
I'm still kind of partial to Restoration, but
Restoration
with
is
the
good.
caveat that it matters in its specific matchup more than Decimation will matter in most other matchups. When it's good, it's really good.
Yeah, Restoration is nasty. For people that don't know, I'm gonna read it because I actually just pulled a foil one while cracking a pack.
Heck yeah.
So you can only play this card if your contender's black. Target contender or clash card you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then you may put a clash card with an initial resource cost of 1 or less from your Oblivion into your clash zone engaged. So pretty much it gives one creature, your contender, +1/+1, and it lets you bring something back from the dead that costs 1 or less. Well, 1 at the end of the day, but yeah, I think that obviously it's aimed towards being used with death. It's very obvious there. But you can still use it in other decks.
Yeah. So long sure you have a black harbinger, you can use that card.
Yeah. Listen, even in a Moxie deck to get your draw Moxie out again, it's still something. You know what I mean?
Oh no, you can't use it with Moxie.
Why not? It says and your contender's
You
black.
can't.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
I thought they got Rattata only works with Harbingers. Oh no, that
No,
that was
that's
that
No,
other one.
that's
Yeah,
the
okay,
other black one.
okay,
Yeah, the
okay.
first one. Yep.
which
Nope.
is
This one
why
you can
I'm
use.
tended to thinking that that was also a mistake, and that's going to get errated before too long. So, if I were you, listeners, I would not count on that actually being a thing. That getting to use restoration with Moxie. Then again, I don't know why you wouldn't want to use incoming support.
Right. Obviously, yeah. I'm just saying that there's advantage in other decks besides that.
Now,
Yeah, but free buff is good buff.
yeah,
A
like
free buff is a good buff.
now, how do you guys feel about normal fighting? I like normal fighting, but I feel like it is strictly for like yes, it can only work with Haven, and I feel like that's the drawback of it. It only works with Haven.
And I'm just you know, anyone that knows me, I hate blue in Magic, and it's no goddamn different in Alpha Flash. I do not like that card at all, and I will not use it.
Wow.
Yep, I will not. Oh, I pulled a champion Haven. Jesus Christ!
So look at that. now that
The universe fucked me there.
like that was like, oh, you're not gonna play me? Let's see about
Yeah.
that. Now that was probably the most epic.
Instant karma.
Yep. Immediately gross. Ugh. I think I needed her though, so it's okay. But I won't be playing her. She's staying in a binder.
This is gonna be nice to look at.
Oh.
All right, Drake. So what you got?
A card that I've been harping on pretty much at every opportunity: Conquest the Undefeated.
Ooh, so nasty. Such a great card.
Yeah, for those not paying attention, not familiar with that card, it's the epic in Conquest, or one of the epics in Conquest. It is 2 cost, 2 white devotion, meaning that both of the costs need to be white, but it is a 2/3 body for 2 cost. And whenever it's got trigger victory, it restands and gains +1 plus so it goes from 2/3 to 3/3, assuming it wins.
Yep.
Now there is a little slight caveat with this, in that once I started actually playing against other human beings with their own brains and their own different ideas, in the fact that right now, for whatever reason, the format is extremely timid. So trigger victory is never happening.
That is what I've noticed. I think that is the Conquest problem right now. Everyone is playing so different because one, there's so many traps now.
There's so many.
There's so many options. Like you do not. It wasn't like in set 1 where you were like, okay, if they have this, this amount of resources left, you can kind of guess what they were going with. Now there is a wide array of things that they could do, whether it be from their hands or from their accessory zone.
To be honest, I think that the trap part of that is just something people are going to get over, because really speaking, there were a lot of traps and responses and quick actions in the first set. It boiled down very quickly to Mag Trap, Lefty's Last Stand, Sharpshooter Moxie, and maybe Blunt.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So in the
But
first
nowadays,
set, you kind of knew what it could be. Now there's just so many that you don't know.
Yeah, my predictions now for like the traps that are going to matter: change of scenery, saw you coming, and abatement.
Yo, saw you coming. Oof. Saw
Yeah.
you coming. Yeah, that is.
I'm
that
kind
is
of
a
cheating
common
the fact
stopper.
that I'm talking about a lot more cards, but then again, you talked about like 5 different clash buffs.
Yeah. I said,
I said that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, as far as Conquest Undefeated goes, what really makes it impressive, or what is theoretically supposed to make it impressive but is just not panning out, is it's supposed to be a war killer. War is going to be attacking with a lot of their tokens or tapping them for some reason or another, and Conquest is just going to go and just hammer smash one right after another. And if you can run it in war and give it decimation, that's even funnier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why I say like I feel like it's definitely a card that it is extremely splashable into almost anything. And I always say this: like, there's cards I feel like you should definitely have four of. This is one of them.
And let me tell you, man, that cost, man, a two that is so good for that card. For what that card does, it's a great low cost card to put in your any deck that you're running white.
Yeah, but it is very high devotion, which
Right.
because of its advantage engineness and the fact that it's so high devotion, I've started referring to it as the purse puppy equivalent of Kagan.
Yeah. See, like my when I think of a card that's a two cost that's like that is the Weber, that when it comes in it attaches a weapon to either itself or something else. I feel the same way about that card. It was a two cost card, but it was two black, so it was full devotion to it. But the ability in that Moxie deck to just be able to equip something from one of your Clash cards entering battle was pretty nice.
Now,
Essentially, you just got a 1/1 for free, and you paid he
equivalent.
is the equip cost.
Yeah, yeah, and he was a 2/2. No, he was a
He was a 1/1.
Yeah, he
The
was a
other
1/1.
Weber was a 2/2.
Yeah.
yeah, Weber is weird. So the next card that I have on my list, and I know Drake is probably gonna stand me for this one, but I'm sorry, favorable outcome.
Which one is that again?
It deals 2 damage to a Clash card, and if it's defeated, get a war token.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, like that card is so simple, but it is so effective. It's just, hey, if you knock something out, what you can do with this with almost any kind of deck, get a war token. And it costs one.
A war token that can't attack for the turn. So that is kind of the cost.
That is the key, yeah.
I expect people to misplay that a lot. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with not attacking that turn.
Yeah, it's better than costing more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
100%.
I'm so fine. Like, cool, one drop, do that. Cool, take something out, get a token, continue with my plays. That's why I said I feel like it is again another very splashable card to anything that you can make room for red resources. Go ahead and play it. It's another good removal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 2. And that can be a potential problem because when you're targeting things that are 2, there are things that are going to just straight up be immune to it. I mean, this is another reason Conquest the Undefeated is so good. It can't be killed off by a favorable outcome on its own.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I'm
then
opening a Kickstarter pack right now. Wish me luck.
Yeah. It also, interestingly, cannot target the contender. It has to target clashes. That's another thing I think is going to get misplayed about it a lot.
yeah,
You gotta catch people.
Yeah, because you can't ping the contender with it. That's why I still feel like Flare is still a good card because it can hit anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one I had to kind of go off with that?
Oh,
And
hey guys, just so you know, Raygon is in the chat on TikTok.
Hey, welcome to the chat. Welcome.
We're just sitting here talking about our favorite cards from set 2, and I'm cracking some packs.
Now I would say in conjunction with favorite outcome that I feel like this card would get misplayed, not necessarily the card, but its effect, and that is War Battle Tactician. I hope I'm saying that right. Where
Bat Tack.
Yeah, so I feel like that one where it's like, cool, no, your token goes away. I feel like people are going to forget to do that second part a lot.
Also,
yeah,
the token
100%.
cannot be blocked or buffed.
It can be blocked or buffed, and then it's defeated. Then it gets sent to oblivion at the end. Okay, hold on. Before we go on, I need to ask this question right now. Who the hell is putting war tokens in the oblivion? Is that an actual rule?
I know.
No.
Is that an
Yes,
actual rule?
Shouldn't be. Yeah,
I
you
think
shouldn't
I
be
know
doing
what
that.
the point of that is. The point of that is Actually, I'll save that for mine because I
Okay.
think it's probably going to come up.
Okay, because that's my big question. Like, cause the war tokens are 1/1 cost, but they do not have a cost. So I'm like, why do I need clarification. Do I need to put it in my Oblivion, or I got to put it back in my token stack? Because I'm not going to carry
Yeah.
40
You put it
tokens.
back in your token stack, just like Magic. Once they move positions, they cease existing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I've been playing it. Yeah, I've been playing it just like Magic.
Because I'm not carrying around 40 tokens. I'm not doing it. I'm just not going to do it. I will be that.
See, I'm a token whore. So yeah, in my deck I have every single token, and if I'm gonna put it on the field, I'm putting every single one on the field. I'm a total token whore. Listen, I have a Kyler Magic the Gathering Commander deck, and it has like 50 different human tokens in it, and my goal is to get one in every like different language, because like right now I have an Italian one and I have a Russian one, but I want to get one in every language and have them just be humans of different languages.
I'm telling you right now, if I play you and you pull out a stack of tokens, I'm calling the judge. Me like, hey, he has 2 decks. Not playing this game. All right, Jake. What you got for your next card?
It kind of feeds into War Battle Tactician and what happens when the token goes to Oblivion, because this one actually I kind of want it to be a combo because they'll make sense together. Death the Dreadful and Death's Door.
Oh my
Those
god!
really made...
Let me tell you, Death's Door is so good. It's so good.
And you know what?
Death's Door is a freaking win con.
And I was hoping that you personally didn't think about that, but I don't know why I didn't think you would not think about tokens and Death's Door.
Yeah.
Like,
Just use Death's Door in combination with Bardigan Warhorn, flood the board with tokens, here comes the boom.
oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh!
Somebody has never played Meat Hook Massacre.
And to
Yeah,
make
right,
it worse,
exactly.
and Death Door is not a once per turn. It's every time. So I think how the timing goes. Like, here comes the boom. It hits things one at a time, correct? So then you'll send the war tokens one at a time, which then will proc Death's Door, right?
Not exactly. They'll all go at the same time, but their triggers will wait for each other and stack on top of each other.
They're gonna stack.
So
Yeah.
all of those effects are essentially going into standby, which is Alpha Clash speak for stack.
Yep.
I'm kind of upset you did take I feel like Death's Door is on everybody's list right now. Like,
It's too good.
I've said so many times. I feel like the first card that would be banned will be Death's Door. I know me and Drake talked about this before. Where he's like, oh, it'll be limited. I'm like, no, it can't be limited because you can search it out. So that makes no point for it to be limited because, cool, I can just play 4 of the 0 cost clash grounds. No, not that one, but the 1 cost clash ground. Open my portal and then search it out. I can search the cards. I feel like, honestly, if any card be the first card get banned, it will be Death's Door.
I'm not so sure about that. There still are vulnerabilities to the death strategy, and they mostly involve getting domed by war. Because death cannot keep up with war's aggression. Because death is just 1-0, she is going to get slammed by all of those tokens, and oh wait, she actually restores life when she gets hit by the tokens. Okay, and then war will just have to resort to Strifebringer like he does everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Or think about this: Death's Door mixed with Haven.
Oh, it'd be interesting to see a blue-black Haven deck.
Is that what I'm doing with this one? I don't think it is. No, that is not this one. Though I did come up with a really cute Death's Door build that utilizes the first edition's mean streak.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the contender, you're saying?
Yes, the first mean streak contender.
Really?
Interesting.
Because you see where this is going, right? He puts a bunch of streak counters on things, and he spreads them all out, and then they die, and then he draws, and
you deal
then
damage.
Death's Door pings.
Oh, yeah.
That is the strat of this deck. And I'm particularly proud of the pun. The ends justify the mean.
You're so funny. You are so see. So you're super creative with your Alpha Clash decks, and I was super creative with my Magic decks. I haven't been able to come up with cool names for my Alpha Clash decks yet.
Like I have no cool names. Like I just go like I want better names for my stuff, so I have better titles. But all right, Jay, what's your next card? What you got? What's the best? What's the best?
My next card is War Second Horseman.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
worthy.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah,
yours that you got from me?
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Like
Because that card is disgusting. It's just so nasty.
and the fact that it's only costs 4, I feel
Yeah.
like that. I feel like that alone makes it just 20. Like yeah. No,
The
second,
devotion's a little high again, 3 red, but
Yeah, it's
Still.
one of the steepest devotion ratios in the game, but it is legendary, and it is a 4 cost.
yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not legendary. Actually, yes, legendary.
It's unrivaled. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
unrivaled
unrivaled.
legendary. Yeah.
which I feel like in general, like it needs that to check it because again, it costs 4. Yeah, cool. You have one in the deck, but like we said before, you could pair it with a Spiral Gateway, and it can be brought back to your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
Like
I'd hate to have to pay the cost again though, but I guess you'd protect it at least.
I feel like that card is like I mean I will pay the cost to keep that card in my hand, but it's like it is fascinating good, but I feel what's kind of seconding that, but I feel like what kind of keeps it off of my list, but I still want to give it an honorable mention, is the 7 cost war.
Yeah, the intensifier.
I feel
Yep.
like the intensifier is like Kagan. It is a truly when I play this card, I'm winning the game.
Oh, Alex, you designed Grant Park, you're saying? Or did you design War of the Second Horseman? Oh, Alex saying that he designed the war.
Get this man a round of applause and a case of beer.
Yeah. Yeah, because that is a great card.
The
Fun fact, that
applause
was the
is not
first
coming
card.
through the mic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't hit the button. I didn't hit the.
He said, fun fact, the first card of set 2 created was that war card.
Was it really?
Yeah. Let me tell you, I love playing war in general. The deck's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing gives you wins in games that you do not deserve to win.
And like I said, like and when war comes out, I feel like if you let first of all you let Warhorn just keep going off on you, at some point it's better to just say, "Cool, I'm going to concede and move to game 2," because once you get 10 war tokens out, just stop. You're not stopping the board. And then cool, you play intensifier. Now everything gets +1/+1, and now I'm about to swing into you and attack.
Yeah, and the thing about war is like when somebody has a ton of tokens out, the last thing you want to do is get their contender below 10. God forbid if you do that without handling those goddamn tokens first.
Oh yeah, because don't they get like +1 and then trample as well? I mean,
Yeah, and breakthrough. Yeah.
Like, let me see. My other card I have on here, and I will fight tooth and nail for this damn card. Change of scenery.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big trap/quick plays that's going to become irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people who are not respecting change of scenery, like you don't understand what this card does. It costs 2. You only gotta what is it? Cost 1 white resource at least.
Yep, 1 white. Yep.
And you put any card back into the opponent's hand. I don't think it can target Haven because of the safeguard. So I think Haven does get around it, but you can bounce back any threat back to your opponent's hand.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there are a couple of caveats to that. One, in order to make that card do anything whatsoever, the portal needs to remain open. So if somebody's got a face down that could be change of scenery, all you need to do is close the portal before you attack, and that change of scenery is no longer effective. Second off, the problem with change of scenery is while it's hilarious for tempo purposes, Alpha Clash does not have summoning sickness. So they could just play it again next turn. And yeah, they'll be down tempo, but unless the card costed a whole lot of resources, they're not going to be out that much. So especially if you are dumb enough to use change of scenery on some of the pestilence cards, you are just asking to lose.
Yeah, no, like I feel like there's certain matchups that you do not use again. Like I like using it against the main one that I like using is that the 4 cost Main Street Blink of an Eye. Because you have to think a lot of times, because a lot of times people will do it. It's cool. I did a 1 cost T-Bone, 1 cost Mean Streak, got rid of them, played it. Cool, and put it back in your hand. Unless you got another T-Bone and Mean Streak in your hand, you can't use that card until you get 2 more resources.
Right.
Or when you about to get hit with a Kagan in the face, go back to your hand,
and then come down and kill something for free again.
That
is kind of a problem.
Which I'm okay with that because I feel like when you play it, if you are in that momentum swing, right? Cool, Kagan is my win combo. I play it, you put it back in their hand. I feel like at that point, when you play that card, when it comes to your turn, you should be able to win. If you just played it to get it back, that was a waste of a card. That was a waste of a turn. When you put something big, heavy like that back in the hand, try to win on your turn. That's again, if you play Transcery on Intensifier and they still have 20 tokens, go to game 2. Stop. You're not winning unless you have Here Comes the Boom in your hand.
Right.
There's a reason I made it my number 1 card of set 1.
So we have Brian in the chat asking what card game is this? This is Alpha Clash. It is as of right now, a 2-player superhero trading card game. High on resource management and at least with us, a lot of deck building. We're constantly building decks. But it kind of plays in the aspect, not the same way, but kind of plays like Magic. It has some pulls from other games like Yu-Gi-Oh! But it is kind of like Commander, where you have a main contender, and then that is kind of what your opponent is aiming to bring down to 0. And your contenders have abilities that get activated depending on their health threshold. But if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. As you can see, some of the cards are pretty awesome.
They're definitely. It's definitely one of my favorite games to play, because it's like you said, it's so much to do, and there's so much deck building that goes into it, and then now having so many more cards.
Yeah, options makes a big difference. And I know, like, obviously we've seen Drake. Drake is a maniac when it comes to building decks.
I think literally we should have I feel like, and I'm a lobby for this. On the Alpha Class deck builder site, we should have something called Drake's Corner, where it's just all of his decks.
Oh, don't tempt me. That's basically what I was preparing to do this whole afternoon.
Because you scroll through it, it's the majority of his decks just in there, like, cool. And I feel like a lot of people are like saying, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for a Drake deck. I'm gonna go ahead and look at it, and I'm gonna go from there.
That's funny.
All right, perfect. So who has the next card?
Let me see. I'm trying to think of.
I got mine picked out. I think I was. Was I next?
Yeah, you can pick one.
We've mentioned Bardigan Warhorn before and all the token shenanigans. Probably the thing that's the biggest payoff to that: War Strifebringer.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
That's a good card. Yeah,
War Strifebringer will perform dentistry on you. Once you get enough critical mass of war tokens, War Strifebringer comes out. He's 3/3. He does have a portal matters ability that doesn't do anything if the portal is not open, but he trips the portal first. So he
Yes.
sets
Which is
himself
perfect.
up for portal activity, which the portal's probably open anyway. That's how you got all the tokens from Bardic and Warhorn in the first place.
Right.
And it will, for everyone that you tap in addition on attack trigger for War Strifebringer, it will increase War Strifebringer's attack by 1/0 per token and throw in Breakthrough.
Yeah, which is horrible as is.
You know what? I keep forgetting about the breakthrough skill. I keep forgetting that it does get breakthrough. So, yeah,
It's vicious.
I need to go ahead and add that to my list because that's why I didn't. I like, this is okay, but you can block it. You kind of waste it. I forgot all about that. It does get breakthrough.
Yeah, Breakthrough is basically the flight of set 2. Not many things in set 2 fly, but there is a lot of Breakthrough.
There is a lot, and there's a lot of flight hate, and there's a lot of close combat now.
Not a lot of close
No,
combat.
I was gonna say not too
Really?
much.
Like you got the,
Yeah,
you got the
there's,
item that gives it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ancestral Guandao. Problem is,
Yep.
Ancestral Guandao, like most weapons, sucks.
It-
I'm sorry, I tried it in a Conquest build. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
See,
It's way too slow.
it's too expensive.
Yeah.
That's part of it. It's just that also equipment is just such a burdensome thing to have to deal with its equip cost over and over and over again. This is why Moxie gets around it with UN headquarters. And that's what really starts making her go off to the same degree that every other contender does.
Speaking of UN, I'll say my favorite card, Siberia.
Yeah, I felt that coming.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my, Siberia. Why are you so perfect?
Now, have you been and play with it yet?
I have played with it and I enjoy it. I highly enjoy it because I oh shit. Did I just get an air pack? I got a pack with a upside down backwards card. But yes, I enjoy playing Siberia a lot. It is in a certain deck and it's doing well. I still have to figure out, like I said, I'm trying to build my white, red, black, so Mardu Moxie deck, but I have not gotten around to go full on into it, but I have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do it in my head, and I think it'll work, but I'll have to check it out.
What's the white component? Deliverance and Haven?
Deliverance and Haven package, yeah. And then I put in 1911s.
Okay.
Yep. So those are the only cards in white that it gets. But like I said, I still have to play test it to see because I may drop down the whites to just Haven and Deliverance, but I'm not sure yet.
At that point, you might as well drop that, and instead of going Deliverance, you could probably get more color synergy by going to the depths.
Oh yeah, I just pulled a foil Conquest of Destroyer.
See, look at this guy. This guy.
Got it.
But it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Like, okay, so real quick segue. Has anybody else noticed the foiling for set 2 is just what's so much more vibrant?
It's really artful. You can see this a lot where I'm just gushing over it in the case opening, but there's a lot of really interesting choices on how the different things are foiled, like eyes, gemstones.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites, Underground Subway, some really neat foiling because it's LED. The lights in the background are foiled, and the trains are foiled. The essentially the train yard portion, not where people walk, but that part is foiled out, and it really makes it look very artistically done.
Okay,
You
so
know which other ones too I like though? The foiling, everything in the Clash kit. Every card
Yeah.
in the Clash kit, I feel like was foiled so well.
Especially shrapnel.
Yeah, like it's so nicely done. And I don't know if you guys seen Kagen Blazing Dragon, the foiling on that one. That one's also awesome.
So I have a question. Did anybody pull the replicate foil?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one that has war kind of like aiming back with a spear or
Yes.
something. It's like something. Yeah, I do have one.
Like, can you show that? Because I'm like, mine's. It looks like the hand is not there at all, and for some reason, I love that foiling.
Yeah, and also
Gotta get the binder.
look at War's tattoos. If you're in a foil card, War's tattoos are probably foiled up.
Oh damn! I think it's in the deck. It's not in my binder. I think I have it in the deck. And yes, I'm looking at, like, for example, Grasp of War, and you can see that War's tattoos. It's what's foiled.
Let me see, and then what's the? I'm trying. I wrote my list down. I'm gonna.
Well, we have other stuff to talk about too. If you know what I mean.
So I'm gonna be kind of a troll on my next two that I'm gonna say, and that be kind of end of my list. The first one is a super troll. Haven's backpack.
Yeah,
Oh.
I felt that coming.
The reason why I would say Haven backpack is such like a great card because one, you need the card to even play the deck.
Yeah.
So without that card, you can't play Haven Exodia. So in my eyes, that makes it a great card because how else can you play it?
Yeah. And I'll say this, man. I told you guys that I saw someone actually win off the 25 counters. It was the slowest win that I've ever had to see. But let me tell you, the feeling that I got watching it was pretty great because I never thought anybody would do it, to be honest. But yeah, it was pretty great. And going back to that foiling thing real quick, this is what we're talking about, like the portal.
Oh, so you do have one.
I just pulled it. I literally just pulled it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Foil gang.
Yeah, this thing's nice. Oh, I'm gonna put it in a top loader and use it as my portal.
Now, my last card, and it was a huge toss up between Clarity, Harbinger of Death, and Death Endbringer. But I'm sorry, I feel like Death. It's you know what I give both spots. 'Cause I feel like Clarity the fact it cannot be targeted if it's exhausted, it's fucking busted. But then Endbringer, if the portal's open, to like cool, I'm gonna pop something on your field, and then on my turn, bring something back, and you're just triggering Death's Door. Like Endbringer and I feel like these two cards are so good together. I feel like you might build Haven next. Just build Haven. You keep pulling stuff.
So I'll agree with you in the aspect of that the clarity, man. I absolutely, and it's mostly and I know that Drake will agree with me. Being able to pick, if you put her in the resource zone, being able to pick between if you want it to be white this turn or black this turn is incredible. Just like in Magic. Yeah, just like in Magic, when the dual lands hit and everybody was like, oh my goodness, how much of a difference. Having one resource that is a dual resource is incredible.
Yeah, she's almost better there than she is in your hand.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, resourcing Clarity is not anything to be ashamed of. She is bonkers as a resource. Using her as a resource is how I've done most of my restorations because I get down to that last resource and it's just sitting there and nobody knows what I'm going to do, and I could just restoration from there. Because yeah, I could use it as a white resource to play another Haven or something, or restoration.
Yep.
And I feel like, and that's why I said like it's such a tie between those two because they're both so versatile in what they do, and I just I don't know. I feel like they're so versatile.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm always gonna feel like these dual colored ones from now on when they come out is gonna be a big deal because obviously right now a white black is nice. I wouldn't mind having something that's like a red white or a blue green.
You do not want blue green.
Well, I don't, but I know there's a couple of magnate people out there that really want it. Or a red green for like it's like it's just the more of these that we get, it's gonna be nice because like I said, even in Magic when they introduce dual lands, like it's a game changer.
I still feel like we should get some more resource ramp cards. Haven cannot carry the load by herself no more.
Yeah,
But I also feel like I don't want like a whole. How do I say this? I don't want every color to get it. I'll be okay if blue, which I know you're probably like stop, but I feel like blue should keep the resource ramp. I do. I feel like blue and white should get it. See, no,
yeah. Okay, no, see that I'll agree with. All right, blue white.
blue,
if at least white gets it, I'm okay with it.
Can you imagine if red had any kind? Can you imagine if red and green? Yeah, red and green had any kind of engine ramp.
Yeah,
like dedicated for them. I mean, because I know right now when you play green, yeah, you play your Havens, but can you imagine you had a green card that you could play in your deck that also get resource ramp?
Yeah, no, nobody needs that. Nobody needs that.
What deck you playing today? Green? I'm not playing. Quick. All right, Drake. What else you got?
It's kind of another package deal because they make sense in each other's context. Essentially, it's the Machina package. The new Machina contender. I forget his subtitle, and the Machina 5 from the starter deck, and Shrapnel. Together, they make a absurd damage engine. It's yet another way that Alpha Clash cards are stopping playing the game that you are playing. Machina is playing his own game. He is gonna just burn you to a crisp and just get the shrapnel back over and over and over again and just do 3 damage. You get a draw every turn.
Yeah, I think out of any cards that like it's like probably I would say the first true combo cards in the game is a Machina 5, and Shrapnel. I do feel like those cards are cards that 100% they work together and they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. And again, not unbeatable though. I've tried
which is great.
Death's Door against them. Death's Door will absolutely flatten Machina because Death's Door triggers a lot faster. And part of what makes the Machina deck so nasty is that particular combo is all the damage that you were doing 1 damage when Shrapnel enters to a Clash. And then Machina taps to send it to the Oblivion. And Machina does 2 to anything he wants, contender or clash. And the Shrapnel, when it goes to the discard pile, is doing 1 damage to contender. So if you slap Scorched Earth on top of that, that is 2 different damage sources. Technically 3 if you count what it's doing to a clash card. So you are dinging a clash card for 2. You are dinging the contender for 5. And you are... you are dinging the contender for 5. That is a lot of damage to come in. Yeah, and all that can be repeated so long as the Machina 5, who is stat line 3/5, but it's kind of irrelevant. He could be a 1/1 and still work. Yeah, he could be a 1/4, and because all that matters is he survives the attack, because that means he gets to do it again next turn. And you're just doming the opponent for 5 damage every single turn. This is another reason Death's Door is a problem against it, because Death's Door will get rid of what's called scorched earth, so it stops that real heavy deluge from coming in, and it makes it so that whenever Death loses clash cards, it will actually increase Death's life, so it kind of balances out,
Yeah.
and Death will start very, very slowly bouncing back from all the life damage that he suffered, and essentially attrition Machina out. I think a lot of people who are thinking that Machina is the most broken thing in the universe right now are operating on a starter deck paradigm and
Yeah.
haven't really gotten to grips with a lot of what's in the set, and more to the point, what the contenders are capable of.
Right.
I would say that Machnia, if you are ever doing a trial deck tournament, that is the one you definitely want to go with because you're going to win. But I feel
Yeah.
like he still needs a lot of experimentation. I don't feel like the 25 health holds it back, but I feel like
It tries to even it out at least.
it does, and I just feel like again, like you really have to try to work it out. I know I've seen one person that try to mix it with torque, even though we know that torque King of the Boom is a very powerful thing. I just feel like what Machina wants to do, it doesn't work. Like yeah, it's kind of cheeky. Yeah, you can do it. You can here comes the boom stuff. Like that's cool and all, but it just doesn't flow correctly. Like I don't feel like Torque is the perfect, I would say, companion for it. And I feel like that's what we need to figure out is what is a good companion card for Machina? What can you use that will truly make that deck next level?
I've been trying to get a Machina build off the ground that essentially goes red-blue, and it winds up flinging sticky fingers from the Haven package because it's a one-cost card. And in usual Drake fashion, I gave the nickname Machina gives you the finger.
What?
Uh, yeah, Drake, you're too much, man.
Which I feel like Sticky Fingers with that is actually really good because again, it gives you something quick to play. And then also,
Yeah, it's quick equipment that's gonna be what really keeps Machina humming.
now do you combine it with Haven Bountiful Collector since they can actually get accessories back? Now they officially has a target.
Eh, you could. That could get you to Machina 5 a lot easier. Uh, yeah, you probably would in that particular case. It's like there's a few different Machina builds that really spring to mind. Red white, red blue, red black. The idea with red white is you're going the handgun route. Red black, obviously you are going more of a Moxie, and I've seen people run death in there as well, just for slamming in more damage. And the and the red blue that I'm talking about is relying on sticky fingers and bountiful collector in order to ramp up really hard, and possibly even go for that famed Machina 7 finisher that we were all thinking about in set one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
which we thought would be definitely something different. Now, Jake, so what's your next card?
The 5/5 pestilence.
Really?
Yeah, I I won't lie to you. And this is the thing. So I haven't used it in an actual deck. Like I used it in two of my drafts. And it ended up being for win cons for me in both those decks.
Well, yeah, in a draft context.
Yeah, in a
Okay.
in a draft context, I highly enjoyed that card. I have not even considered making a pestilence deck. So I don't know if you guys have.
I
have.
Yeah, I have not considered it, so I haven't even looked at the rest of its cards. Although I have plenty of them. But yeah, I do think the mechanic is cool.
Like I like I think everything with pestilence it's really fun. And I first start off with a black green pestilence, and now I'm on to green red pestilence.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think everybody's gonna graduate to green red pestilence once they finally read pestilence and go, oh, primary phase. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I would try, like I did. I'm not gonna lie. I tried the new Kilimanjaro out. I gave it everything I had. I'm like, this card is just not good.
Yeah. That whole. I think maybe we'll see it matter when we get some more discarded cards and stuff like that. Not because I'm saying because their name's discarded, but it seems like I think that the discarded is going to go in the way of a lot of discarding cards.
Yeah,
And like I said, it's not just because of the name, but just I think that that's the mechanic that affiliation will go in. So I think that's when it'll matter more, and I think even deaths, a lot of deaths cards are gonna matter once we get more discarded cards.
yeah. I feel like if Death gets more cards that allows you to put more stuff into your discard pile, it's just going to like at some point like, cool. I don't need my deck. I'm gonna flip it over. Oh my god! What if Death gets a card that says it's you can't lose the game if you deck out?
Oh my goodness,
That'll be the
that's
most
stacky. Yeah, stacky.
like I can't lose. My discard pile is my deck. That'll be awesome. Now, I do have this question. Do you think we're going to get any more legendary cards like Haven's Backpack?
Oh, I think so for sure.
In terms of what? In terms of WinCon? In terms
Like
of
win-
cards
like
on the
WinCon?
board?
Yeah, WinCon, I think is what he's saying. Yeah,
Like WinCon, like more WinCon cards. I feel like something for Death. Like again, like I said before, like as long as this card is in a resource zone, you can't lose by deck out.
yeah. I would like to see something, in the way of Moxie support that says something like it's one of her weapons, and if you get this weapon out, like it is a nuclear, and it's a win con.
Yeah, like if you get
I would like.
like if you get what like let's say you get what 10, 20, 10, yeah, like 10 accessories in your resource zone, like and like like I would say like something like that would be like cool. Hey, for the rest of the game you can't play any accessories except for weapons, but when you get 20 weapons in your resource zone you win the game.
Oof.
Mm,
That'd be. I think that's a little too hard. I think it would more have to be something along the lines of like. I'm trying to think of what it'd be like. Maybe like artillery counters or something like that you put on weapons, and once you get to a certain amount, like it gives them, it gives all your weapons breakthrough or something like that, where like you can just aim away with your guns, and even if they block you, like they just keep taking damage because you're just shooting a barrage of bullets at them. I think something like that.
or here's a thought. What if there's like a relic called ammo dump or something like that, and it does the same thing as Defiler's Vial as far as it gets what I'm just call munition counters, and munition counters can be spent to pay black equip costs.
Yeah,
Ooh.
see, like that. See, that.
So like,
Oh my
that, so like that would be nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
That I like.
then you're solving the equipment problem. Because the equipment problem is what really kicked Moxie in the teeth. And when Moxie started actually overcoming it, that's when she started humming. That's when she did like, I'm gonna juggle 7 Desert Eagles and shoot
Yep.
you in the face with all of them.
Yep. Yeah, that really is. That's where she shines. If I can hold you out into the mid game where I'm able to just move weapon, that's where she shines. Before that, she's just a chick with a suit.
Yeah, I know that better than anyone else at this fucking juncture right now. How if you let Moxie get to 5, I have 5 weapons. I'm gonna place that for free. Pew pew pew.
Yep.
No,
And now I'm beginning to understand why the starter deck doesn't include any handguns.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, handguns is when I first saw that card, I'm like, yeah, handguns is what this deck needed. Now
Yeah.
that actually brings me a question. Actually segue to our next topic. because we know because it was announced last week, right after the stream. Um, Draft box. The first draft box
Yes.
is coming in February.
Year of the Dragon. In February, yes.
In February, so it's what is 197 new, no, 197 unique cards,
Yep. 20 of them are Alta Art reprints from set one.
and then we have the full.
What? It's 32 packs of
Yeah,
15 cards each.
yeah, 32 packs, 15 cards each. Let me pull it up because
It brings
Yeah.
has its own price support.
Includes the contenders and all the clash buffs or something like that.
Yeah, all the tokens,
yeah,
and then it has all the price support.
Hope we get a Paul token. I'm just being greedy at this point.
Now, if you got a Kickstarter, that's as Paul as you're getting.
So yeah, so you get
That's kind of sent.
32 booster packs, one brick of contenders and tokens.
Yep.
Built price support.
Tender break.
10 exclusive iconic art case toppers, the instructions, and then 20 alternative art cards. And so I didn't know that local game stores can run draft events, but also I like this, and this is something that Dragon Ball Super did that I loved. You can just pick up a box, get together with some of your friends, and run your own drafts at your house. Which
that's what I did.
I love that. And so the MSRP on it is $114. I know we probably will sell ours for maybe about $90.
Yeah, that's how much Team Covenant's doing, $91.99.
Yeah, because we'll probably do ours at the same pricing. Because again, I would love it for people just to pick it up and get together with new players and say, "Hey, let's draft." Like I feel like that would be so much fun.
Yeah, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I actually really enjoy drafting Alpha Clash. I hated drafting Magic, but I enjoy it drafting Alpha Clash.
Because I know we talked about it before when Magic Highness was on. Where for me, I would hate to run an event where a draft where you had that person who comes in and they immediately go for the rare slot or the hot slot and then they leave. Like I said, I'd rather I'd rather do it with friends where people are like, okay, we're together. You know, we all pitched in for this box. You know, can we think about if it's 8 players, $90. You split that between 8 people. That's what I'm not good at math.
Yeah.
11
$11. Yeah,
$11 a piece. And everybody's like, cool. After it's done, we just put our cards together and we just do that. Like I feel like that's more fun, and that's why I'm so excited for this draft set, because I see it as a way to get so many new players in. I see it at side events, especially with Vegas being the first one. Like, hey, here's a side event for draft, like the draft. It's $11 to enter. We'll fire 8-man pods. Like I feel like those things are so attractive to bring people in.
Yep, and I think it's going to be a good way, especially after what we were talking about what's going on with Hasbro, to get some of these Magic players to actually start playing the game.
Yes, and I feel like again that's how you really take that momentum. Like, hey, here's a draft box that's fun to play. Like here's the draft that's fun. Is extremely affordable.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the price point is perfect. I want to say this before I go because I do have to go. I want to thank the Realm team for one, making us feel like we're actually being listened to. Because we all 3 of us are players of the game, we're all supporters of the game and stuff like that. But to find out this announcement, literally, I would say what it was it either within 24 hours or 44 hours?
It's like 24 hours after the episode.
Yeah, and I won't say that it's because of us that it was announced. I'm just saying to find this announcement and to think, even if it wasn't from us that they got it, that at least they must be thinking like we are, because they made this announcement at the perfect time. They made it at a time where, obviously us as being high supporters of the game, we're starting to realize that we needed something. We needed things to be in a certain way. I made my rant of what I thought needed to be done to make this set something that was a sellable product, and they hit the nail on the head. The altar cards, the changing the codes on the card so
Yes.
that way the people our original sets wouldn't get devalued. Have including prize support inside of the draft box. Like that's something that we didn't even mention, but that's incredible. Like Magic doesn't do that. I don't know any other card game that provides the prize support right inside. Like that's incredible and it's amazing and it makes it so that when you do invite your friends, because what I'm guessing is that inside there's going to be competitor cards and there's going to be maybe 4 champion cards that you would give to, because it's an 8-man pod, so I'm guessing it's going to be 8 or competitor cards and 4 champion cards. uh that's awesome to be able to give your friends and be like, hey, you won for the night, here's this. It's going to pull people in, and it's incredible.
Exactly. Like I said again, the price point is so affordable when you think about it that you get everything that you get for like a regular tournament all in one box. And I feel that is just amazing, and that's why I feel like the team at Rising are again they truly listen, and we can go on and on about that. Like I said, the biggest thing is when the community said, "Hey, we got these Clash kits. Why am I getting the same cards inside the booster box?" And you look at it now, anything that was they changed the cool. These are trial deck exclusive. On get this, you ain't see them at all in set two, and if you did, it wasn't a lot. I know the next thing people
Yeah.
were talking about, hey, could we cut down on the contenders in the box? And I know for a fact, come set three, they'll go ahead and maybe reduce that. And that's why I said I love this game, and I love that they do that.
Yeah. No, it's great.
But
It's
yes,
awesome. And let's listen, that promo that you get with Team Covenants
oh the death,
is
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
nice.
Say
Yeah.
less, like
Pretty nice. But I will say this, the highlight of the alt arts is that Koggin. Holy hell, why did they not go with that Koggin as the main Koggin?
you know why they were saving it for the for the draft box. But now I said I'm sorry, the brushed red on there that it looks so amazing.
Yeah, he looks incredible. Absolutely love that alt art.
But but I said we're gonna go ahead and cut out. 'Cause I know you said Jay, you got to go because you haven't ate yet. Um,
Yeah, I'm starving, man. I'm starting to get a headache.
I did eat and I had Chipotle and I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, listeners and joggers. I can't hold this no more. But that is going to be our episode tonight. We'll be back next week. And again, everybody who is celebrating the holidays, again, spend time with your family. We'll
Yes,
be
enjoy
back
your
next week.
Christmases.
We'll be back next week with some. We're gonna do some battles.
Yeah, some battles. I'll be ready next week.
And I feel like we should. I feel like something we could talk about offline. 'Cause I know that eventually, I know that they are going to have 4-player or tag teams coming soon. I would say,
Yes.
hey, let's create our own rules. I mean, within reason. Drake.
Yeah.
and let's do a 4-person tournament. Like
All
I mean,
right, I'd be interested to do.
like let's do it. Let's do that. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
Who's person 4?
that's what I was gonna say. Maybe I'm pretty sure Andrew would be
We quite.
willing to join.
I hope we can get Andrew in.
Yeah, Andrew would be good, and he's a good player. I've played him a couple times. He's good.
And so we get him in and we'll do that way. But yeah, but listeners, that is our time. Again, we are the Road Contenders. And then check us out on YouTube and on your podcast streaming by tomorrow. And we'll catch you guys next week. Happy holidays.
Yep, and just let me throw this out there for anyone that is watching. If you do want to watch us live, you can join my TikTok at J_Crane87 TCG. Because I do like when people are asking questions live and we're able to answer them. So it's nice, and I want to thank Alex for joining. I also saw Josh join for a while. So thank you guys for showing some support.
Yeah, so we, again, like I said, I'll always say I love the support that we get when we're live, when we're listening to recording, people listen to podcasts. Again, it helps the channel grow. It helps Alpha Clash grow. It allows people to understand. Like a lot of people always say, what is this game? What is it? And that's why we do these podcasts every week to just talk about the game, get people excited for it, and let them know that Alpha Clash is here. And I'm sorry, I will say by 2024, it's going to be a mainstay game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is going to be Alpha Clash's year. Their battle plan is a smart one. It's organized, and I think we're going to see a lot of good things, especially after Vegas. I think Vegas is going to bring a huge amount of attention.
Yeah, I feel like Vegas is going to be, again, it's going to be a huge crowd. It's going to be a lot of people, and then people are like, okay, what are they doing? How they have this turnout? Damn, I'm playing Battle Spirits and I can't get this turnout. Yes, that was a shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Apparently,
game,
Flesh and Blood also started getting its massive surges once it had its first like tournament at Gen
Yep.
Con, I want to say.
Yep, it does. A tournament will change the game. So I'm hoping that everything goes well in Vegas, so that this game can pick up good attention.
yeah, I know. I know. I'm 100% still going. I'm 100% going to be there.
Oh yeah, it's just a question of how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Yep.
But all right, everybody. Everyone have a great night.
Alrighty. Good night.